Om Purnamada Purnamidam Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 This is the chapter of life, taking chapter from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 14th. It is very symbolic number, 14. 5 sensory organs, 5 motor organs stand, mind, ego, superego, and chittam. The 14 faculty are constituting our relative life. It is a very great symbolic number. And this 14 can be the cause of liberation, also can be cause of our bondage. The total mankind is moving and suffering, taking birth and rebirth within these 14. This chapter is not a new light to anybody. It is only discovery and rediscovery within us, what is going on. So don't feel that by reading this chapter you are reading some new story or you are going to have some new knowledge. No. At the same time there would be new knowledge. It is a discovery of the nature, energy, how it operates. Very interesting story. First we will take chanting part, literal meaning, and then we will explain psychologically what does it mean. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Param Bhuya Pravakshami Jnananam Jnanamuttamam Yajñātvā munaya sarve Param siddhim mito gata Param bhuya prabhakshami Jnananam jnanamuttamam Yajñātvā munaya sarve Param siddhim mito gataha ज्ञानानां ज्ञानमुत्तमम् यज्ञात्वा मुनया सर्वे परां सिद्धिं वितो गतः
Again, I shall tell you that supreme knowledge, which is the best of all knowledges, by knowing which all sages have passed from this world to the highest perfection.
इदं ज्ञानम् उपाश्रित्य मम साधर्म्यम् आगतः सर्गेऽपि नोपजायन्ते प्रलयेन व्यथन्ति च इदं ज्ञानम् उपाश्रित्य मम साधर्म्यमागताम् सर्गेऽपि नोपजायन्ते प्रलयेन व्यथन्ति च
Having resorted to this knowledge, and having become of like nature to me, they are neither born at the time of creation, nor are they troubled at the time of dissolution.
By these two mantras, God Himself is speaking to all mankind through Arjuna. Arjuna means the innocent one. God is not talking to anybody. He is not interested. But He is talking to everybody. That is His interest. But He cannot talk to everybody. So He has to talk through that soul which is in tune. That is the beauty. That's like, that soul must be like a loudspeaker. Loudspeaker does not have its own voice, but it has to carry on your voice. Like that, when you are meditating in tune, that God talks to the world through you. It might be you. So He is talking the beauty of that cosmic light. What it is, warning is given, very beautiful. That flow of energy which is maintaining this universe, and knowledge of that energy is the knowledge. And if you know, then you will be me. And if you do not know, then you will be according to the way of the world. This is the greatest knowledge in human literature, that how man can transform himself into Godhood. And that transformation depends on the vibration of energy. Mama yonirmahan brahma tasmin garbham dadhamyaham sambhavah sarvabhutanam tato bhavati bharatam mama yonir mahan brahma tasmin garbham dadhamyaham tasmin garbham dadhamyaham sambhava sarvabhutanam tato bhavati bharata sarvayonishu kaunteya मूर्तयः सम्भवन्ति याम् तासां ब्रह्म महन् योनिः अहं बीजप्रदः पितः अहं बीजप्रदः सर्वयोनिषु कौन्तेय मूर्तया सम्भवन्ति यः तासां ब्रह्म महन् योनिः अहं बीजप्रदः पिता
My womb is the great Brahma, Prakriti, cosmic energy. In that I place the seed, and from it comes the birth of all beings, O Bharata. Whatever forms are produced in any wombs whatsoever, O son of Kunti, the great Brahma, Prakriti, is their womb, and I am the seed-giving father.
Now this you can understand clearly, the relation of body and matter and the relation of the spirit and the mind, relation of the cosmic energy and cosmic consciousness. That energy is the external form of the universe, light or spirit, and spirit is the inner vibration of the matter. You cannot separate them. This physical and metaphysical universe is not divine. It is a creation and invention of the human mind. If God comes here, he will be surprised and shocked to know this division. Because it is a one flow of energy. Aham bija pradapita, the triggering light is the cosmic consciousness which is in you in the form of your consciousness. And the light, energy which constituting various size and shape of universe is the energy. So there is no separation between the two. They cannot be separated. As heat and light can never be separated from fire, so this energy cannot be separated from the Supreme Self. Sattvam rajas tamayiti guna prakriti sambhavam nivadnanti mahabaho dehe dehinam abhyam तत्र सत्वं निर्मलत्वान् प्रकाशकम् अनामयम् सुखसंगेन बध्नाति ज्ञानसंगेन च नघाम् रजोरागात्मकं विद्धि तृष्णासंगसमुद्भवम् तन्निबध्नाति कौन्तेय कर्मसंगेन देहिनम् तमस्त्वज्ञानजं विद्धि मोहनं सर्वदेहिनाम् प्रमादालस्य निद्राभिः तन्निबध्नाति भारतम् सत्त्वं सुखे संजयति रजः कर्मणि भारतम् ज्ञानम् आवृत्य तु तमः प्रमादे संजयत्युतः
Sattva, protonic force or light force. Rajas, electronic force or force of activity and passion. And tamas, neutronic force or force of inertia and dullness. These are the three gunas born of Prakriti, cosmic energy. They, O mighty armed, bind the imperishable embodied soul down in the body. Of these, sattva, because of its purity, causes illumination and freedom from disease. It binds the soul by attachment to happiness and to knowledge, O sinless one. Know rajas to be of the nature of passion, springing from desire and attachment. It binds, O son of Kunti, the embodied soul by attachment to action. And know tamas to be born of ignorance, deluding all embodied beings. It binds, O Bharat, by carelessness, laziness, and sleep. Sattva attaches one to happiness, and rajas to action, O Bharata. But tamas, shrouding all wisdom, attaches one to carelessness and miscomprehension.
These are the three forces born out of cosmic energy, not out of ordinary forces. In outer universe they call electron, proton, neutron, or rather they should be called electronic, protonic, neutronic type of forces. But when they go into deep and deeper composition in human life, psychologically they are called Sat, Raj, Tam. Means cognitive force and dynamic and force of inertia. They are like the lamp. In the lamp there is a light which is cognitive force. In the light you see things, yourself, otherwise you cannot deal with the world. And then there is inside the flow of electricity, in this light, which is electronic force, and then there is a wiring on which present resistance. In this resistance, when electricity moves by force, there becomes light. Like when you strike the match comes fire. The resistance is very important. It is not bad. Friction is not bad if we know how to use it. Otherwise friction can destroy ourselves. So here the friction is tamoguna, resistance. And the motion of energy is rajoguna. And light is sattoguna. So cognitive force, you are sitting here, there is already knowledge why you came. You know that there will be program on meditation. Cognitive. Then you have to move from your place till here. If you don't have your own car, then you have to tell your friend to help you. And then you have to overpower the inertia of the time and space. That tamoguna. The total thinking, human thinking, is the product of this thing. Think anything in your life. If you can do without these forces, they will not operate in you after reading this chapter. They are already operating. And the difficulty comes when they do not operate properly. As long as electricity is there, filament is there, and glass lamp is there, vacuum is there, it will work. But suppose the vacuum within the lamp you remove and there is air, there will be extinction of light. Because now something force is gone there. So when these forces are disturbed inside by too much pressure or too much outside planning, naturally there is a end of all three. And pathological condition will always be. They will work still, but they will work pathologically. Rajastama vibhuya Rajastama vibhuya Sattvam bhavati bharata Raja sattvam tamasyaiva Tama sattvam rajastatha Rajastamascha vibhuya Sattvam bhavati bharata Raja sattvam tamasyaiva Tama sattvam rajastatha
Sattva prevails, O Bharata, after overpowering Rajas and Tamas. Rajas after overpowering Sattva and Tamas. And even so, Tamas after overpowering Sattva and Rajas.
The meaning is that three live together, they work together, still there is a predominance of the one over the other. When you are in meditation, then what happens to other forces? Forces of motion, sensation, inertia, they are helping you to meditate. So cognitive force is predominant force. Morning time, early morning, everything happens, the whole day is programmed within few minutes, you decide. When Rajoguna operates, your action, inertia, what happens? Action, dynamic forces, what happens to other forces? They are dominant and force, dynamic force predominant. When you are going to sleep, what happens to your knowledge? And what happens to your motion? They are dominant and tamoguna predominant. That way they operate in cooperation. When one operates, the other cooperate. And when one operates, other do not cooperate, a pathological condition will be. How to know which force is now operating? Next mantra I tell you. Sarvadvareshu dehesmin Sarvadvareshu dehesmin Prakashayupajayate Jnanam yada tada vidyam Vivrdham Sattvamittutam Sarvadvareshu dehesmin Prakasha upajayate Jnanam yada tada vidyam विवृन्नं सत्त्वमित्युताम् लोभा प्रवृत्तिरारम्भाम् कर्मणाम् अशमस्पृहाम् रजस्येतानि जायन्ते विवृद्धे भरतर्षभाम् अप्रकाशो प्रवृत्तिश्च प्रमादो मोह एव च तमस्येतानि जायन्ते विवृद्धे कुरु नन्दन
When the light of knowledge streams forth through all the gates, senses, of the body, then it should be known that sattva is predominant. Greed, activity, the undertaking of actions, unrest, and desire, these arise when rajas is predominant, O best of the Bharatas. Darkness, inertia, carelessness, and delusion, these arise when tamas is predominant, O descendant of Kuru.
So see in your life, to see the physical life, because it is just like a chariot, pulled out here and there. Don't watch too much here. The mental life, that is the ruling force. So early morning when you get up, you are happy. Certain days you feel that light and enlightened. Body is very light, you are very active, shift to the knowledge of everything. This is the ruling force of cognitive vibration. Satoguna is ruling. You don't like anything, you want to start some sort of business. Some to become millionaire through business or something very fantastic, might be some political or might be spiritual even. Movement of life, this is a ruling time of dynamic force, Rajoguna. Because they are not a human being or a machine so you can know. They are not like this Hamura, because this is Rajoguna. They have no size and shape. This is the flow of energy. It is not a picture there. So you have to know by some method. So when you are very active, you want to do something. This is Rajoguna. And when there is laziness, tiredness, desire just to drop everything and to lie down. This is Tamoguna. Early morning, Satoguna. Whole day, Rajoguna. You have to move on and on to cooperate with what Satoguna has presented program. In night time, sleep is Tamoguna. All three are necessary. They are not unnecessary. They are, but we have to understand they have two types of operation, psychological, natural, and psychological and unnatural. To sleep is not bad, but to sleep whole day, it is a kind of sickness. To have knowledge is not bad, but to have knowledge inside alone, not to experience that outside, it becomes a sickness. To move is not bad, but only to move, not to realize the result, it creates a problem. So these are the three types of signs are given. How will you know what type of cosmic force is operating in you? It is a cognitive or dynamic, or it is force of inertia. When there is a force of inertia operating, take rest. Because you cannot stop it. Give company to the rest. When there is dynamic motion, just work it. When cognitive vibration, do not spoil it, just meditate. You will get meditation in that state. Now we are taking this brief and explain later on little. What will happen the result? If you take due advantage of particular force operating, then there will be result. If you neglect it, then there will be another type of result. So what should be the result which is presented here? It is not, result is not here in this book. Result you will experience within you. Your life is the real book. So when you read this, do not be confused. Because by reading after that you have to feel in you. To feel means to discover in you. You cannot invent it. You cannot put this knowledge, organize your life according to this. No. You feel it. It is not an invention. It is a discovery. Really, do they operate in that way or not? यदा सत्त्वे प्रवृद्धेतु यदा सत्त्वे प्रलयं याति देहव्रन् प्रलयं याति देहव्रन् तदोत्तमविदां लोकान् अमलान् प्रतिपद्यते यदा सत्त्वे प्रवृद्धेतु प्रलयं याति देहव्रत् तदोत्तमविदां लोकान् अमलान् प्रतिपद्यते रजसि प्रलयं गत्वा कर्मसङ्गिषु जायते तथा प्रलीनस्तमसि मूढयोनिषु जायते
If the embodied soul meets with death when sattva is predominant, then it attains to the pure worlds of those who know the highest. Meeting with death when rajas prevails, one is born among those attached to action. And so, if one dies when tamas prevails, one is born in the wombs of the deluded.
This gives us answer why we are born in a particular family. You have selected your family, your parental life, your brothers and sisters before you are born, before you are incarnated. So you must understand that. God is not going to put you in a particular situation that here you live. That is not His choice, it is our choice. So if we practice and allow Satoguna, you will be born in that high family. There is no choice. And if you are active all the time, dynamic, then you will be born in some political family, business family. And if you are allowing these forces to operate only through Tamoguna, then you will be born in the family of immature spiritually, careless. They are very happy, they are not unhappy people. Because the man is moving between two forces, material and divine. On material plane lives primitive people, animal like. They are very happy, man, really believe it. They are so happy you will be jealous. Their family life is perfect. Because they don't run after anybody, they have the fixed party, wife and husband and wife. And their children very lovely. They even do not know how to ask you what is your qualification. They ask you how many books you have read. Very simple-minded man, very happy. then this is a primitive life, very happy. But tamoguna is ruling. It does not mean when they same become wise, they have problem. Baby is very lovely, everybody love. But when same baby, we are sitting here now, we have problem. Because the problems were hidden. So that is tamoguna. For wise man it is mudha, the primitive. But ask them, they feel very happy. They don't know they are primitive. They understand you are primitive. Then second life is dynamic life, moving. That will be the result. You have to work hard. You cannot sit down. You will be restless if you sit down. Active motion. And the first group is satoguna, result. That what you can do while running and moving, you go from here to city New York, then come back, it will take 3-4 hours. And for same thing, pick up telephone, tell them, finish within a minute. This is satoguna. In life. The life, total life you will take 100 years to work something, in satoguna you can work within 1 day. So force of tamoguna will present you up, divine, satoguna, and force of rajoguna will put you into human life, and force of tamoguna will place you into material life. These are the three results you cannot avoid. See total humankind around you, where they are. See your own life. It is not one way. It does not mean when you are born as a satoguna, then there will be no tamoguna. It only predominates. You are wise, but it does not mean you are not primitive sometime or stupid. You are there also. But it is so limited, your wisdom predominates them. Other things are dominant. So these gunas when operate, they operate in cooperation. But one force will be predominant, other will be dormant and cooperative. Now here comes what will be the result in our life, result of active life, dynamic, result of cognitive life, result of the life of tamoguna. Karmana sukrita syahu, karmana sukrita syahu, sattikam nirmalam phalam, rajasastu phalam dukham, ajnanam tamasa phalam, karmana sukrita syahu, sattikam nirmalam phalam, rajasastu phalam dukham, ajnanam tamasa phalam.
The fruit of good action is said to be of the nature of sattva and pure. The fruit of rajas is suffering, and the fruit of tamas is ignorance.
These are the result. If life moving, it might be painful experience in the state of cognitive life, but the result will be enlightenment. Dynamic life, the result will be richness and material prosperity. Tamoguna, the result will be just to forget everything, not to care. And these three things you feel sometimes, you don't care for it. Even you forget this enlightenment, I don't need to see that, I'm tired. These are the result. But result continue in different way. सत्त्वा संजायते ज्ञानम् रजसो लोभ एव च प्रमादमोहौ तमसो भवतु ज्ञानमेव च सत्त्वा संजायते ज्ञानम् रजसो लोभ एव च प्रमादमोहौ तमसो भवतु ज्ञानमेव च
From sattva arises knowledge, and from rajas, greed. From tamas arise carelessness and delusion, as well as ignorance.
ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्था ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्था मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसा जघन्य गुणवृत्तिस्था अधो गच्छन्ति तामसा
Those who are established in sattva rise upwards. Those of the nature of rajas remain in the middle, and those of the nature of tamas, abiding in the operation of the lowest guna, go downwards.
These are the three results: up, middle, and down. You will feel in your life sometimes you are very high up, sometimes you are in the middle, and sometimes you are lost. You cannot help yourself. But this life, whether it is happiness or dynamic or misery, it is not your life. That is the beauty is presented here, because by mistake you have counted it as your own life. It is not your life. You are riding on a donkey or on a horse, and whatever way it is moving, nice way or bad way or good way or falling on the ground, it is the movement of that horse, not your movement. You are driving a car, it is running nicely or making sound terrific, or it is becoming out of order. It is the life of your car, it is not your. If you are identified with that movement, then you are in bondage. That is ignorance. Nanyam gunebhya karataram yada drashtanupashyati gunebhyascha param veti madbhavam sodhigacchati nanyam gunebhya kartaram nanyam gunebhya kartaram yada drashta anupashyati gunebhyascha param veti madbhavam sodhigacchati
When the seer perceives no agent other than the gunas, and also knows that which is beyond the gunas, he attains to my being.
Once by meditation it is felt that it is not me. Once you realize car is out of order, no doubt, but not I am not out of order, then you take care of that machine. But if you feel by the out of order when your car is, and you feel you are out of order, then you cannot take care of it. That's the end. In total, our life, relative experience tells that it is me. I am suffering. I am unhappy or unhappy, that you are finished. You cannot take care of yourself. You need a guru. You are lost. Dead. You are worse than dead. Dead body is very calm and peaceful. You are neither dead nor alive. So man does not have problem. He is a problem. Himself, whatever you do, no matter. Whatever you touch, it will be changed into problem. Even you meditate, it will be transformed into problem. You meditate on God, God will be the topmost problem. It will give you headache. What it is? So once we understand this machinery, the vehicle, energy is the vehicle. In Arabian story comes very famous story of Mullah Nasruddin Lovely. He is going on the back of donkey and somebody asked him, Mullah ji, where are you going? And he gives answer, don't ask me. Ask this donkey. That is correct answer. The